If you have tight hamstrings or you have a tight back or some injuries in the back, you might want to go and sit on the block. It'll just make it a little bit easier to get a nice, tall, lifted back. It's really important to stack the joints, get a long back so you get the deepest twist possible. Good. Let's take a nice deep breath in. Interlace the fingers and let's press the palms up to the sky. Look at your hands. And then bring the arms down into a 90-degree angle and start twisting it out. So you're going to start slow. And as time goes on, you're going to start to twist deeper into it and a little bit faster. We're trying to sync the breath with the movement, opening up the spine, warming up the spine, which is very important. And we're going to try to get all the stale air out of the lung by getting into a nice deep twist. You want your elbows as high as your shoulders, and you want your shoulders out of your ears. Fingers extend, and we're breathing in and out through our nose the entire time. Okay, 30 more seconds. Maybe pick up the speed a little bit. That's it. So keeping a nice tall back. Look a little less scared, a little happier. That's it. A little bit faster, last few seconds. Okay, it's focus, I forgot. All right, and then come back to center. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, let's bring the fingertips down to your side on the ground. Fingertips are touching the floor. Get a nice tall back, shoulders back. You're gonna inhale the arms up, and you're gonna exhale the arms down. As fast or as slow as you want, as long as it's in sync with your breath. As the arms go up, your palms face up. As the arm goes down, palms face down. So we're really warming up the whole shoulder capsule, the whole rotator cuff, and again, syncing the movement with the breath. So you get a little bit more into your focus, a little bit more into what you're doing, and try to leave the rest of your day behind you. You want your arms as strong and straight as possible. That's it, and your chin is parallel. The minute you start to drop the chin, your tendency is to start rounding the back, and that's not what you want to do. You want to start building strength in that spine and keep lifting it up nice and tall. So let's go 3 more. I usually do this for about 3 minutes, but we're cutting it a little bit shorter today. Arms are up to the sky, palms together, reach it up, and then bring your hands down into heart center. You guys are going to come off the blocks, and then you're going to go ahead and lay down onto your backs. So arms are overhead. Big full body stretch on the floor. It feels like a big full body yawn. Stretch your feet to the front of the mat. Arms overhead, arch the back. That's it. And then you're gonna press the low back into the floor, engage. So you get a little bit more into the abdominals, a little less into the hip flexors, and opposite arm, opposite leg. So now we're warming up the whole hip joint, the hamstrings, and again, we're still warming up that shoulder. You want big sweeping movements. And you're going to try and exhale when the arm leg comes up, inhale when the arm leg goes down. If anybody has any back issues, you could start out with a nice bent knee. In a perfect world, fingertips are touching the toe tips, and that means your hamstrings are nice and open with a straight leg. That's it. Keep the breath going. You can even close your eyes here. Focus your eyes on the inside of your forehead. We're going to do a few more. Let's do 3 more on each leg. Keep that breath going. You can even close your eyes here. Focus your eyes on the inside of your forehead. We're going to do a few more. Let's do 3 more on each leg. Keep that breath going. And then you're going to pull your knees into your chest. Wrap your arms around the back of your thighs. If you pull over the top of your legs, you're not going to do any damage, but you're just over-flexing the knee right now. And just rock from left to right a little bit. Iron out that back. And you're going to rock yourself up and back 2 times. Really big. All the way up, all the way back, all the way up, all the way back. And then come up to seated. You're going to swing the legs around. You're going to come into your first downward facing dog, which is an upside down V pose and a very good pose of assessment. See what's going on with your body. You want to look down, hands are shoulder width apart, palms flat, fingers spread. Feet are hips width apart, parallel. Really important to have a nice flat back here, even if that means you have to go ahead and bend the knees at first. You want to track your knees right over your toes. So if your feet are going to be that wide, you got to open out the knee a little bit more. Yes, and you're going to feel it shift right here. Good, so we're gonna press him back, lift up through the hips. A real good ground through your hands and through your feet. Everyone thinks they have to have the heels touching, but that's not true at all. You wanna get a nice stretch in the calf and the Achilles. I think if your heels touch too easily, then you need to widen the stance out. Okay, let's take a deep breath in and come high on all 10 toes. Exhale, sink the heels. And let's bring the right foot forward between your hands. I'm sorry, on the outside of your hand. So wiggle it out there. Good. And I want you to drop your head for a second and look at your left foot. You want to make sure that heel straight up to the sky, right over your toes. That's it. And you're going to keep your left hand flat on the floor. You're going to extend your back out as long as you can, and you're going to twist open to the right. You're pushing down that left arm, reaching the right arm up. Every exhale, twist deeper into the spine. And then bring the right hand down on the inside of the right foot. Flatten the left foot, open up into right angle pose. So it's right angle for a reason. Knee is right over the ankle and the thigh is in a 90-degree angle. And then left hand comes down, come off the back heel, twist open to the right again. Remember to think length in the spine so you can get maximum twist. Keep strong through that left leg and keep the right foot flat. Right hand down, flatten the left foot, open it back up to right angle. That's it. Every exhale, get deeper into the twist. And left hand down. One more time on each side. Off the back heel. Twist open to the right. Good. Strong back leg. Right hand down. Left foot flat. Open it up to right angle. This time, if you can, you're going to bring the left arm behind your back. You're going to try to bring the right arm under and bind. If you can bind, great. If not, you're going to use a strap. Okay, so hurry up. Right hand and left hand. Good. So open the chest up, extend your back. Nice. Really strong through that left leg. Open the chest more, a little bit more, and then go ahead, look down at your mat and see if you could hop that left foot to the front of your mat. Okay, your feet are about hips to shoulder width apart, equal weight in each foot. Drop your hips a little bit, extend the back out nice and flat, and then twist open to the left. So every inhale, I want you to extend the back. Every exhale, I want you to twist deeper into the pose. Equal weight in both feet. One more breath. Inhale. Big exhale. Look down and then let go of the grip or the strap. And heel toe your feet out a little bit wider than your mat. Your feet are parallel. That's it. Grab opposite elbow. Just hang for a second. Let your head hang. I want you to make sure that you're connected through your feet, through the base of the big toe, base of the pinky toe, inner and outer heel. You don't want to roll out on the feet or in on the feet, so you keep a nice, stable, strong ankle. Okay, release the elbows. You're going to bring your right hand down onto the block, which is right under your face. Let's start out with a bent knee and extend the back out nice and long. Push the floor away with that right hand and twist open to the left. Left arm will come up to the sky. If you can, maintain a nice flat back and then straighten the legs. Go ahead and do that. So now not only are you getting a nice spinal twist, but you're adding flexibility to the hamstring. And then look down. Left hand goes on the block, soften up the knees. Extend the back out, so you're sticking your chest out a little bit. That's it. Twist open to the right, and then see if you could straighten the legs. Equal weight in both feet. Good. Every inhale, get long. Every exhale, get deep. And then switch one more time each side. Right hand down. Bend the knees, lengthen out the back. And go ahead, twist it out. Good. Equal weight in both feet. Let's try to keep your hips as square as you can. So you're going offline just a little bit. That's it. And then left hand comes down. Bend the knees, lengthen out the back. Extend, extend. Twist open to the right. Very nice. That's it. Look down. And then move your block out of the way. Heel toe your feet back onto the mat. Bend your knees, bring your hands down onto the mat, and walk or jump back into plank pose. Nice strong plank. You want to line up the joints here, your shoulder, elbow, and wrist. So your wrist is in a 90-degree angle. You're nice and strong. It's the easiest position to be in. Nice straight line. You're going to bring your right knee to your right elbow, squeeze, activating and strengthening the abdominals. And then switch, left knee, left elbow. Push the floor away with your hands, and switch. Right knee, right elbow. Trying to get the knee to touch the elbow. Switch. And right knee, right elbow. And left knee, left elbow. Good. Press back to plank pose. Chaturanga. Lower it down. Upward dog, big breath. And downward dog, exhale. Good. Left foot forward on the outside of your left hand. Nice flat back. Okay, look down, your right heel straight up to the sky. Keep your right hand down and twist open to the left. Good, remember, nice long back, strong in opposition through that right heel, out through the top of your head. Left hand down the inside of the left foot, drop the right foot, open it up, right angle pose. Your head is a natural extension of your spine, right? So these guys are doing it awesome. You don't want to drop that head down and forget about it. Right hand down, off the back heel, twist open to the left. That's it. Breathe. And left hand down, drop the heel, twist open to the right. Good, let's get you a little bit deeper. Nice. And last time, right hand down, off the back heel, twist open to the left, extend, open deeper every time. That's it. Left hand down, right foot flat, open to the right, right angle pose. Bring the right arm behind your back. And maybe you can bind. Maybe you need the strap. And then open the chest up. So you're dropping that left shoulder down, you're extending out the back long. Good. That's it. One more deep breath. Twist, look over that right shoulder. There you go. Breathe though. And then look down and hop that right foot next to the left. Feet are parallel, about hips to shoulder width apart. Bend the knees a little, extend your back out, and then twist open to the right. Pop that chest through, shoulders back. That's it. And breathe. Every exhale, twist a little bit deeper. You got it. One more time. Twist, twist, twist. And then let it go. Very nice. Bend your knees, drop your hips, and roll up nice and slow to standing. Okay, shake out your legs. We're going to go to a standing pose. I'm going to go to tree. So right leg's going to come up the inner left thigh as high as you can. You could put that foot anywhere on the inner thigh except pushing directly against the knee with your heel. So you're either above or below the knee. And the key here is to really press that foot into the inner thigh pushes back against the foot, core is strong. Anytime you're in a balancing pose, you're strengthening your core and you're flexing your quad. And let's bring the arms up to the sky. Good. Balancing poses also are working the integrity, the strength, the stability of the ankle. And we need that with any of the agility poses working in football. Nice, hands back into heart center. Let's keep that nice tall lifted back and then bring the right thigh around in front. Lift the thigh as high as you can without leaning back. Engage your stomach and press that leg out long. So left quad is strong. Press through that right heel. Bend the knee. Lift the thigh higher and extend it out. Good, good. Hold, hold. And then release the leg down to the floor. That's it. Shake it out, shake it out. And left leg up in tree pose. Okay, you're going to find balancing on one side is easier than the other. We never know. Some days are balancing days too, where you're spot on no matter what. Hands are in heart center, and you're trying to focus your eyes on the floor, maybe 6 to 8 feet out in front of you. Good. Core is strong, right quad is engaged, and reach your arms up to the sky. Palms press. Let's try to drop the shoulders out of the ears. So you got focus, balance, strength, stability. Nice. Hands heart center. Very easy. Bring the left leg around. Lift the thigh as high as you can. Press that leg out long and strong. Push through the heel. Good. Bend the knee. Hinge at the knee. Lift the thigh a little higher. And again, press the leg out long, long. That's it. Bend the knee. And replace the leg. Shake it out. Let's come to the front of the mat. Take a nice deep breath in, arms overhead. Exhale, standing forward bend. Walk or jump back to plank pose. Hold plank nice and strong. Engage the stomach. And then let's go to low push-up or chaturanga. Trying to get the elbow into a 90-degree angle. Very nice. Breathe. Use your legs. Use your gut. Bring it up to plank. And then one more time, down into chaturanga or low push-up and all the way onto your stomach. Good, so move back so you're all the way on your mat. And we're gonna do some shoulder stretches. Okay, we're gonna bring that right arm out to the side, palm flat. What's most important about this pose is you make sure that that hand is directly in your eye line, not in your shoulders line. Palm is flat to the floor, and you're going to bend your left elbow, put your left palm under your shoulder. Now you're going to bend your left knee. Look over your left shoulder and roll onto your right side until you can ground that left leg with your left foot flat, left knee straight up. That's it. Good. Okay. Sometimes that's the most awkward part, is where to put your head. That's it. Good. Eventually, both knees bent, both feet flat, and your butt will be flat to the floor as well. So this is not only a shoulder stretch. This is anterior deltoid, pec, elbow. You might feel a little bit of a wrist thing going on depending on how tight you are, and it's a really good spinal twist. You never know what position you're going to be in on the field as a receiver, arms reaching, that you want to be really open and stretched in all directions. Push yourselves a little bit deeper, and then roll back onto your stomach and set yourself up for the other side. Left arm out, palm flat. Most important thing, hands in line with your eyes. If it's too high or too low, you're not going to get the proper stretch. You're not going to get a stretch at all. Okay, you're going to bend that right knee. You're going to roll onto your left side. Good. You're going to notice which side is easier, which side was harder. Probably, you're both righties, right? So this is probably the better side for you. So you might want to start thinking about bending your left knee, and maybe someday, yep, you'll eke that. You know, your shoulders change a lot easier and a lot quicker than the hamstrings or the quad for obvious reasons. We're talking about muscles that are this big as opposed to big, giant muscles of the legs. But with time and practice, all the muscles will open up, giving your joints great range of motion. And we all know that strength and flexibility what equals power, which is really important on the field of play. Okay, and then come on out of it. Just rest on your stomach for a second. And let's roll over onto your back. Okay, knees bent, feet flat. And we're going to go into a very specific shoulder stretch for anterior deltoid, right here, right in front of the shoulder. Okay, we're going to roll to the right just a little bit, bend your left elbow, and bring your left palm flat right underneath your back. So it's important that your palm is flat, that you're not crossing over your spine, and that you're under enough that when you square yourself back off, your wrist is covered. If your wrist sticks out, the whole stretch comes out into your wrist and not where it needs to be. Okay, so knees are bent, feet flat, and some of you might stay here. Might be enough of a stretch. You'll feel it. It's pretty specific to the front of the shoulder. If you feel like you can go deeper, you're going to slowly bend the knees or drop the knees over towards the bent elbow. That's it. Good. If you don't feel anything, you feel anything here? Good. You're going to start bringing that arm all the way across your body, and eventually you're going to roll all the way over onto your left side. Your right shoulder will be straight up to the sky, and your chest will be facing the wall. Oh, hold on. That's it. Good. Okay, so roll back onto your backs. Roll to the right a little bit. Let that arm go, and let's try the other side. Roll to the left. Bend that right arm, right palm flat under your back, and square it up. So you're both righties. This might be a little bit harder right here. Take note, look how rotated your shoulder is, or see if it lies pretty flat. And if you want to go deeper, slowly drop the knees over to the right. You might even just want to drop one leg at a time and see how it goes. Feel a difference?
Tighter.
Tighter. Me too. So especially a lot of those forward moving poses, you start to get very rotated in the anterior shoulder, and it's important to keep it open here. You don't want to end up really closed up. You start to hunch over, you weaken the abdominals, you overstretch the back. So it's really important to keep wide and open so you can get greater lung capacity on the field. That's it. Now come back to center. Roll to the left a little, release that right arm, shake the arms out a little bit. You might want to scoot down on your mat a little bit. And you're going to bring your arms down by your side, palms flat. And we're going to go back into plow pose, okay? So legs are going to come up over your head. That's it. Someday the toes are touching the floor over your head with nice straight legs, and you can actually breathe. If they're not today, that's not a big deal. You're just gonna bend the elbows and put your hands on your back. Okay, good. If you can touch the toes, then you're gonna start interlacing your fingers underneath your body. And what you wanna do is really get that chest close to your chin without dropping your mouth open, right? Wiggle those shoulders under your body. That's it. We're opening up the back of the neck, which is really important, especially if you make an acrobatic catch and you have to roll out of it to absorb the energy and the shock of the play, and you need to do a backward roll. You want that chin to be able to tuck to the chest very easily so you don't end up damaging or injuring the back of your neck. Okay, hands flat to the floor. You're gonna roll out one vertebra at a time. You don't wanna roll out of this really quick because it's shocking to the back. That's it, knees bent, feet flat to the floor. Let's make the feet parallel and about hips width apart. It's our first attempt, level 1, at a back bend or wheel pose. You're gonna bring the hands over, flat to the floor. So your feet are parallel, hips to shoulder width apart is very important, right? If they turn out, you're putting a lot of pressure on that hip joint and low back right from the beginning, before you even go into a back bend. So keep them parallel. Try to get your hands flat to the floor, and your focus is gonna be on the pointer and thumb side of your hand. So that keeps your elbows right in shoulder width. Okay, you're gonna push very strong down into the feet and pop up just to the top of your head. There you go. So you wanna distribute the weight equally between 2 hands, 2 feet, top of the head. Back bends are very strong through the legs. So push down in order to get up. Now tuck your chin to your chest. Roll down onto your backs, hands down by your side, palms flat, legs up and back, plow number 2. Maybe you can go a little deeper this time. Maybe the back is opening up. You did a lot of twisting, forward bend, back bend. The more you focus here on straightening out the legs, the more hamstring work you're gonna get. That's it. So for football, it's really important to open up the neck, shoulders, back. You touching? Good. If I was working with some of my wrestlers, we'd be dropping the knees to the floor. That makes more sense for wrestling, not as much sense for football. Okay, roll out of it nice and easy till your legs are straight up to the sky. Knees bent, feet flat to the floor. Hand, back bend number 2. Okay, secure your hand to the floor. Plug your hand in the socket. That's how you're gonna get the energy up in the pose, by plugging your hand in, especially the pointer thumb side. Go to the top of your head. Readjust if you need to. Make those feet strong, and then if you can, get lift off. Get that head off the floor. Beautiful. Hold it there, strong through those feet. So press down to come up. You're not coming up unless you have a strong base. Hold it there. Hold. Deep breath, little higher. And then chin to the chest. Good. Nice and easy. Knees come into your chest. Anytime there's a big back bend, you want to just ease that back with a little bit of a rounding forward bend. Okay, and then rock yourself up to seated. And let's go ahead and turn around on your mat and come to kneeling. Okay, hero's pose, toes tucked. Really important for the speed agility position players in football. It's going to open up the bottoms of the feet, the plantar fascia. It's going to open the back of the toes. The more the toes and the plantar fascia are open, the least incidence of turf toe, dreaded turf toe, right? But this is not a happy pose to be in sometimes. What you want to make sure you're doing is having the heel straight up to the sky to avoid any excess torque on the knee. Okay? Holding it the best you can, 1 to 3 minutes. We're going to hold it 1 minute. If you feel like you need more work, you can go ahead and do this whole routine right over again. You want to breathe. You want to sink into it. You also want to tune in. Sometimes it's nice to close your eyes and really feel the part of your body that's being stretched and let it go. You're also getting an amazing Achilles stretch. So anytime there's more range of motion in the foot, right through the ankle and toes, you're going to increase your speed, which who wouldn't want to increase their speed as a speed agility position in football? One more deep breath. And then come onto your hands and knees. Wiggle your toes around. Untuck the toes now. And you're going to sit back now, toes untucked. So working the feet in the opposite direction. Opening up shins, top of the foot, ankle. right? We're gonna get less shin splints. What's important in this pose to keep the knee safe is that you turn around or you bring your hands around and feel the top of your foot. You want the top of the foot straight up to the sky. You never want to see the toes out to the side in this pose. Little kids can do it because they're not as tight. They're a lot more flexible and supple. But when you're talking about very thick athletes, you want to make sure alignment is perfect at all times to protect that knee. Good. So they're both very easy here. You might not be able to go all the way back initially, and you might have to bring your hands down for support. You may not even get the tops of the feet to touch the ground, but that's one of the goals, is to get all the way down here. And if you're pretty comfortable here and you want to move on to the next level, you're going to separate the feet and try to bring yourself sitting between it. With a nice tall back, arms extended out. Let's take one more deep breath in. And then exhale and come onto your hands and knees. Just going to try to find a way to stay in these poses, which are often difficult. Okay, the minute you want to come out is exactly the time when you need to stay and build that mental toughness and really open yourself up. So let's go sideways on the mat. Maybe you want to face each other for frog. We're going to hold it for 2 minutes, but feel free to do frog from 1 to 10 minutes, even 20 minutes on a good mental day. You want to come onto your hands and knees, and you're going to spread the knees as far apart as you possibly can so that from a side view, your hip is right in line with your knee and your heel is directly behind your knee. Toes are out to the side and your feet are hopefully flat if your ankles are open enough and your hips are open enough. Really nice to have a block under your chest, rest all your weight down on that block so that you can release the groin. And one of the keys to letting the hips open up is to let go of the jaw. If you clamp down on your teeth, when you're running, when you're in the game, you're reducing the flexibility in your hips. The two joints are directly related. So you want to have a nice relaxed face, relaxed jaw, especially when you're trying to do these stretches. Breathing in and out through your nose, finding that happy place. Knees are as wide as you possibly can. I'm going to put 12-pound weight on him and try to bring him to the next level. Your knees will probably slide out throughout the whole hold of this stretch. And if you want to go deeper, but your knees can't possibly go out any further, then let's press the hips back another millimeter or so. That's it. So a few more nice deep breaths. You good? Can I see a little thumbs up or something? Okay, good. All right, nice deep breath in. Big exhale, let it go, and walk yourself out onto your stomachs. Remember, you can hold that for a long time if you need to, if that's something that you really need to work. The poses that you hate the most are usually the ones you need to work on. Once you feel ready, let's go back onto the mat, onto your hands and knees, and let's finish up with Pigeon Pose. Okay, let's go left leg forward, Pigeon Pose. Right leg is going to go ahead and slide back. Hips are square in center, really important. Pigeon Pose, you're going to feel right away. It's going to go deep into the glutes, hips. So anytime you're in a running position, a speed, agility position, you want to make sure those hips are open. And what's very important about open hips is it's been proven in many studies to lessen the tension on the knee and reduce knee injuries, especially ACL injuries. So if your hips are tight and you have any kind of impact or you're tired, all the energy and all the force is going to go to the least resistance, which is always a very vulnerable knee. So it's really important to keep those hips open. Spend as much time as you can in these poses, before and after a game, even if this is all that you do. That's it. So hips are square, body's lengthening out. You might not even be this low. You might have to come down into pigeon and be very upright because you're not ready to lower it down all the way. You want to get this leg in a position where you're not feeling any pain in the knee at all. And if you don't feel anything, you're going to bring that left foot closer and closer to the front edge of your mat until someday it's parallel. So here too, you want to let that jaw go. One more nice deep breath. And then let's walk it upright, nice and tall. Legs stay the same. And very slowly, you're gonna bend that back leg, reach around with your right hand, grab the shin or the foot, and pull the heel in as close to your hip as possible. Good. If you want to get deeper, you could go down to your left forearm. You can go all the way down onto your stomach here if you want. You want to sink into the pose. That's it. Good. Eventually, you won't even need that left hand. You'll be able to extend it out. And then let it go nice and easy. Good rat hold. Very nice. Press back to plank pose. And let's go pigeon on the other side. So right leg forward. Left leg extends, never assuming anything. Even if you've done pigeon 100 times, it's always going to be different depending on circumstance. If you lifted, if you didn't lift, if you just had a game, if you haven't played in weeks. So always go into each pose very deliberately, step by step, as though you're a novice every time. Come down nice and easy into center, hip square, extend the back out. That's it. Always finding a happy place for that knee. You could sink deeper into this pose by letting that left leg sneak out. Maybe on every exhale, the left leg gets longer, your body gets more extended, and you're releasing that jaw. This is pretty locally in that right hip, right? You might feel some left quad, left hip flexor. It's okay if you feel it radiating into that right hamstring. The only thing I don't want you to feel here is any kind of knee pain. So take one more deep breath. And then walk yourself upright, nice and tall. You're gonna slowly bend that back leg. Reach around, grab that foot. Bring it in as close to your hip as you possibly can. That's it. So if you feel like you can let go, or if you wanna come onto your forearm, if you want to come all the way down onto your stomach, wherever you feel the best quad stretch for you. And then let it go in control. And sit on your right hip. Let's swing the left leg around, come into easy cross leg. Nice tall back. Inhale, arms up to the sky. And then exhale, hands heart center. Good job.